Hello everyone, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k's Rogue Trader.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Now then, where were we actually trying to go? Okay. That's not super helpful now, is it? This way, maybe?
This is out of the ordinary.
Is it? Ooh. What have we here? A multi-key. Well, I would very much like to take that. Thank you very much. Alright. Is it this way? Oh, perfect. The roar of flames rings your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword. The other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Aren't you in pain?
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in your deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted as if they were a body of water between them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Alright. Alright, time to choose how we want to do this. Are we dogmatic, heretical, or iconoclast? I think dogmatic probably fits me the best. I feel like we could go down dogmatic. Let's do it. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness, but are powerless to stop you. Plus 15 to dogmatic. You take a step forward, and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you, and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind, and the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. The blinding inferno, the harrowing pyre, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind, before suddenly retreating as if driven away by some mighty will. A new strength spreads throughout your veins, and despite the wounds, your body is once more ready for trial and struggle. You open your eyes and see, aglow with the warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. In the next moment, you're struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that has plagued your mind since Voidveer wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor! We passed through the flames! How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said, that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Behind Argenta, you see Idra Tlas, doubled over in a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who are following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage merely 2 steps away from you. Did you see that? The Aquila, it was glowing.
You're delirious. Whatever it is you think you are seeing.
He seems perturbed by your words. He casts another surreptitious glance at the Aquila you just pointed at.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What, we'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her!
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, your holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Rise and stand tall. No element holds power over the righteous. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong, and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much further.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
I hurried here to join forces with you and the others. It is time to push the heretics back.
Indeed it is. Your wounds.
Eldothrad makes the sign of the Aquila and gives me another look, this time one of concern. Let's use our our work lore here to look closely at Elderthread. Elderthread does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken a strange hue, the skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. Let's see. My faith will keep me upright with a weapon in my hand, and that is all that matters.
Pray, forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed the trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Edelthrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the breach. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
Let's go to Theodora's chambers to find her.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
Elderthread salutes you with his weapon and turns to his retinue. Well,
The divine watches over us.
maybe it's this way.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I need to look closer.
What is this? Adamantine hilt guards. Oh, nice. Consecrated promethium. Thermoplast. I would like to take all of that. Let's go. Oh no.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
That's not very good, is it? A helmet? Ooh. I mean, it feels like a bad time because,
My faith is my shield.
you know. But, fresh injury, huh? But we're dogmatic, so everything's cool. How do we get to our inventory here? I'm trying to remember now. There it is. Got focused in on the wrong part there. Put on the helmet. There we go. extra fellowship.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
And this gives you +10 to commerce and lore of the Imperium. Well, all of those sound like wonderful things to put on right now. There we go. I just found out she was dead and robbed her immediately. That sounds like me. Theodora van Valenius' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The Arch-Militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidfear.
I doubt it. Voidfear wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Let's take a look at Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the road trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Let's take a look at the shards. It's difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC, and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Imperial test succeeded. And it sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodora van Valenius, signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Adira, would you mind touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
That's fair enough. Let's take a look at the Arch-Militant's body then. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
You will die screaming! I am but a faithful herald of the righteous wrath.
Abelard. Abelard is, I think, our melee character, isn't he? So we'll get him up here. Zira is a psyker, so we'll put you down here. Argentia here. And we'll move our big boy. Let's put me back here. Put the sister behind the pillar. Give her some extra cover. Okay. Armor affects everything, that makes sense. Also affects your dodging. Heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Just trying to remember how this whole thing works here. Okay, that's a combat servitude. Back on here.
Victory is imminent.
That wasn't quite what I had in mind.
Indeed.
We'll give you a bonus here, because that wasn't, like I said, that wasn't quite what I had in mind.
At your beck and call.
Brace for impact as well.
I won't suffer this.
Really?
I will not. Another step towards our ultimate victory.
Nice. Okay. Analyze defenses. Expose weakness.
The Emperor commands.
There. Shoot that guy next. Okay. Press left stick to activate the initiative panel on the left. It's definitely damaged, eh? Okay, so you can see how much health they have and stuff like that. That's nice. What do you have as abilities here? Run and gun.
I'll do it.
Okay. Then we can run and done, I guess.
Doubt is for the weak.
So now we can do some heavy damage, I hope.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Should we hit him again? Or we could try and hit all of them by doing that.
Faith without deed. Strike is a prayer.
Alright, that went fairly well, I think. Psychic powers. Increase dodge and parry. Just do some damage. Analyze, expose weakness. Let's just get some damage out here, shall we?
Will do.
You're definitely
On it.
Ow.
Out of my way!
I serve the ruinous powers.
Just a minor setback.
Chaos guides me! See my great works!
Oh man, thank goodness for all that extra health, eh? Let's see. You got it, thank you. Let's just stab the guy, I guess. That works. And so far staying where we have been is a good shout. So let's keep doing that. Headshot on this guy now? Yes, but we might be better off to shoot somebody else.
Actions will let this be the
There we go.
warning to all who oppose us.
Would it be better to just shoot the one guy? You biffed it. That's unfortunate.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh well, I guess you can reload while we're here. Let's just say 3. Can you scream at him again? I mean, that has a chance to kill him.
Anything else? Be gone.
Oh, perfect. That worked out for us. And we'll give you a heads up.
Was that you? Or
It will be done.
Get in there.
I took care of this one.
Nice. Extra toughness if they're dumb. That makes sense to me.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Your seneschal is...
For the Emperor.
What is it here? Level up. There we go. I would like to level up in operative. Operative immediately inflicts one exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against a target. That attack will always hit. Till the end of combat, the target of this attack suffers a negative 30% penalty to dodge and a 30% penalty to armor. Choose a talent. Extra damage if they haven't been attacked sounds like a good thing for me. That says a rank is available. characteristics. Intelligence or perception? Perceives their surroundings. That would help with our lore, logic, and medicay, and tech use. I mean, intelligence is probably the best one, right? It seems to be our guy so far. Or have we already done the thing? Oh, did I just have to apply it? Did that actually work? Okay. Okay, that's one down.
What advice do you seek?
New warrior ability here. Daring Breach. You get an extra bonus here. Critical damage is increased if they don't have a melee weapon. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain 1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains a temporary wound for each stack. You can't get more than 5. Oh, I think this one's probably pretty good. The warrior gains +1 damage to deflection. Their parry chance is increased by 25% of the warrior's total armor. That sounds fantastic on a melee fighter. Alright, next player, Idira. Expose weakness also reduces the enemy's toughness and willpower. We're gonna have 2 of those in every combat. That'll be pretty strong. And then Argentia. Firearm. For each adjacent ally, it gets 9% more damage. Cover efficiency is increased by 10% for full cover and 20% for half. If they deal damage, critical damage goes up. After it does damage to 3 different enemies, you get 18% more damage for the next attack. Reloading costs -2 AP less. The first reload in a combat doesn't cost any action points. I mean, being able to reload seems pretty good. But cover is pretty good as well. I think overall cover is going to be more efficient for us. Reloading would be really nice, but...
We are the...
No suffering will make me forget his sacred words. Burn the heretic, kill the mutant, purge the unclean.
Cool. How's it going, chat?
Know your duty.
And what's in the box? We'll just take it all. 100%
I have proven myself yet again.
A horrific vision is the product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You know, if we just shoot him now.
You are here. But where is the Lord Captain?
She's dead. I found her in the Arch-Militant in her study.
God Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Perhaps the work does not have to be the end.
Enough talking rubbish. The Navigator's alive and ready to take the ship out of the warp, if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Conrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer.
We are out of time!
Eldothrad bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Eldothrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Draw your weapon. Void Fear, you Lickness curve. The rogue traitor's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Well, we knew that.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't! Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
I feel like we probably just should have shot him before he stabbed the last guy for a ritual, you know?
Close ranks!
Surrender to the dark powers!
Let's see. I'm the sniper. Which means I need to be, I guess, here. Abelard is melee. We will put you here on the edge. Adira is also long range too. So we'll put you over here. And Gentia will be over here. Same old, I think. Alright, first things first.
This is beyond me.
What do you mean?
I can't allow myself to do this.
Really? You can't? I don't know. Lay this guy.
Rejoice in service.
Not this Greyer's job.
Man, I put you literally in like the best position to take that shot. Jeez. I guess you just
to the
won't do
weak.
it. What are you even shooting at there, dude? Alright.
Eradicated.
I'm a member.
High momentum lets you use a heroic deck. Low value lets you use a desperate measure.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
Let's shoot him again.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Cool. Somebody else?
As the Emperor is eradicated.
I mean, this is doing pretty good for us.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, we missed on that last one. We tried again.
As the Emperor commands, each strike is a
There we
prayer.
go. That was a really efficient turn. Okay. I bet right about now, Abelard's probably...
That's not the Seneschal's job.
I would like you to move here. And then I want you to stab it in the butt.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. No matter the cost. I will do my duty.
Just keep swinging.
It will be done. Indeed.
Come on, Abelard.
It will be done.
Maybe I should move out of the way a little bit while we have an opportunity here.
A tactically sound approach.
Okay. Now,
Another step towards
while
our
that one
ultimate
is going to
victory.
hurt a little bit, my hope there is that we're at least going to
And so shall it be done.
clear the way for an actual
The Emperor commands.
friendly fire at all. Is this better? 6. It's like 7 to 10 is better than 1 to 6, right? Well, but if I set him
And
on
so
fire,
it
maybe
shall
he'll just
be
stay
done.
on fire. So let's try the fire first. Screw's probably most.
Will do. Anything else?
Make Abelard hard to hit. More
But of
exploits.
course.
I think that's all we can do for that round. And we'll do this. Can we pop the heretic from here? No.
Doubt is for the... As the Emperor commands, I act.
Alright, let's do a run and gun. So come over here.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Then we'll just lay into him a few times.
I'll do it.
That's probably a bad way of doing it, but...
Pain of this mortal flesh means nothing.
I will do my duty. At your beck and
Just
call.
keep on it.
I shall endure everything with unshakable faith. May the Divine's will be done!
Get out of the acid. Just start popping them off.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Let's make sure that he's still not...
I won't suffer this. Rejoice in service!
There we go. Let's make sure that everyone continues to take more and more
Stop mocking
damage.
me. On it. Was that you? Or...
Nice. Alright. The damage continues. Well, maybe it's time to move around a little bit more here. If I can.
From the ashes I will rise.
Don't you dare give
Oh,
up
no.
now!
Okay. Use medkits to avoid trauma. Alright. Unfortunately, I think you're too far out to actually assist on that one.
Victory is among you eternally. I'd rather not.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
I guess that means that I can't help right now. That's probably not good. You can't help either, I don't think.
I've suffered worse.
Medkit.
I'm not interested. Follow my lead. The healing is much appreciated.
Oh, you're just gonna heal yourself, huh?
I cannot comply. The Emperor comes.
Alright, well, we mostly survived it. What do we have here? Gloves of Endurance. Time
We shall reclaim
for
what is rightfully ours.
more level ups here. Should get more smarter. Yeah, because intelligence seems to be our strongest. So let's just jump in there. Extra burning effect on flame. crits. Let's do some calculated relations. Next up. Let's see. Temporary wounds could be good. Extra melee attacks. Extra damage with the melee attacks. I think that's probably our best bet. What do we have here? Toughness is probably your best bet. So keep going in toughness. Our characters are going to be super well spec'd for specific jobs. Okay. Perception, I think, is your best. Beginning of every combat. First crits. Extra armor penetration if we're using a psychic power. Extra powers if you do well. First dodge of every enemy in combat gets a -14. When the Psyker uses divination psychic power on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, that ally gains unnatural luck. Unnatural luck is when an enemy suffers a critical hit. It becomes a normal hit instead, and the unnatural luck effect is removed, which sounds awesome. Just avoid a crit. Alright, let's see here. Agility or ballistic skill. We're at 45 for ballistic skill. Is accuracy with ranged weapons. And that is their reflexes. Explosives, keep their footing. Initiative, dodge chance. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with ballistics for this one, just because she's mostly she's like my primary ranged character, other than myself. Let's see. I think let's do the reloading one, because that one seemed like a good option earlier.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
The air. Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the war. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Oh, please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
That's fair. I'm ready to begin the ritual. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, pours into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of war.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
You are to blame for Theodora's death?
I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
And that was just the prologue. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship? You had us worried for a few hours there. Abelard offers a thin smile. But after witnessing you fearlessly rushing into the fray on deck, and the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is almost admirable in a Lord Captain. You must now hold your officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. What's on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the conditions of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they will, in turn, have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. How did we come to lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for, and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. Speaking of a Master of Whispers, have you succeeded in tracking him down? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. Ready to start the briefing, summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Adjutants? A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, you've been granted an honor. Lord Captain Ignatius von Valentius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Victus Suri Otta, of the Toloman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain, and monitors the void around us, to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that remains hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured, she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factorum Janrus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standards. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. Aboard? Oh my goodness. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the text priest's mechadendrites. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valancius Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Voigtvir's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. It is equally regrettable that 2 more individuals worthy of mention could not join us at the briefing. The Master-at-Arms and Confessor Aldebert. The eminent Aldebert must see to the funeral services being held for the fallen officers, of whom there will be too many for him to take leave from the chapel. And Mistress Saucerback, who has replaced her late predecessor as our Master-at-Arms, is currently leading the search for any surviving agents of Voivitier. All other presents are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Alright. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires below the decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factorum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. High Factorum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given to the Tex Priest's hands for attention, and that all supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rycat Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the winter-scale rogue trader Danis. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the Governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the rogue trader. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Drives Master, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the Tex Priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. Now, I don't know if that just picked up or not, but the voice I was doing there for my Mechanicus actually caused my phone's AI to start recording and try and figure out what I was saying. So that's fun. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engine Seer Prime, Overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. That seems basic enough, I understand. The tech priest bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our Engine Seer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. A warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire wherever I'm told. But just ask anyone, we've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It's as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your Lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. I mean, we could execute him. Or we could be nice to him. You know what? Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we've endured. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new Engineer Prime and Navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Master, or to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Tollyman, we are in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the system, or from the surface, that seems to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet, and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. You are dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your Lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here, to this system, for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronis expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix von Kalox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, and we must find him, and offer him whatever assistance it is he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the government of Rykad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valentius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it! Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn? And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mr. Class? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge, and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a wry smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Well, talk about a mountain of responsibility, huh? Meister. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. The Voss Master nods obediently and presses several switches on the device she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech, and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. That will be all for now. I live to serve, Lord Captain. Oh, jeez. Jeez, ears are skittish today, huh? Alright. What do we actually have in the cargo? Okay, we have a decent amount of some cargo, which is nice. Provisions and holy gifts, that's good. Heretic trophies. Demon engine hearts. Oh man. What have we got here? Sniper rifle for me is a good choice, I think. Slightly better. Tech use, that's probably still pretty good. I'm too smart for that. Okay, melt charges is good. Blade shards. Put that in the cargo. And I am not ironclad nearly enough for that. So I'll put that away too. That will be important. Alright. So, let's check out the map. There must be something of value here. Star systems. Sector is composed of numerous star systems. Look for routes to uncharted systems. Star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest. Press A to go. Cancel with A. What have we here? We need to go to Codiphilia. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Novelist Nobilite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We are able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So, the question remains, why are the esteemed Navigator's heralds ignoring us? We will not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Lord Captain, only the Navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through the Imperium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the crew and the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive my intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that the Navis Nobilite are highly instructed citizens of the Imperium, humanity's guides through the warp. The power and the status of a highborn Navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. Contact the station again. I am sorry, Captain. The ship does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Looks like they leave me no other choice. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed Navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Me? Oh no, I would like to bring all of these people. Perhaps we can help. Just don't look in their third eye.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess! What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
In the name of House Orslendio, I command you to execute the infidels. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all of the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. The Navigator frowns. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the von Valentius dynasty. Yes, I am absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felric Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Ilrak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orslelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. I am looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Heinrich von Kallax. Do you know anything about his present location? The Lord Inquisitor's interrogator? I think I would know if such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Urak 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms, and besides, Felric gestures at the distorter around him, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Iraq 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felric falls silent for a few moments, and then furiously slams the end of his staff into the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs, while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? I feel dumb asking that question, but I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence, and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. And how do I remake the control rod? I have a reliquary containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided, descendant of the von Valancius line? The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. Felix nods curtly. You should hurry, then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick our wounds. Good luck, rogue trader, and may the Emperor's light be with you.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Stand firm. We must not let the miscreants defile the house of Slalio. Fire at will for House Orspelio.
I will cast you into eternal darkness.
You dare cross the faithful?
Let's see here. Who am I moving? Ignatius. Let's see. Put you here. Argentia here. Vitria there, and Abelard can go there.
Moving out!
Follow my lead. Stay vigilant.
My ears are ringing.
Weapon at the ready.
Did that guard commander just blast a whole bunch of his own men? Oh man, and they want us to believe that we're the bad guys. Can I actually hit any of these guys from here? Yeah, I can. Okay.
That is not my destiny. Farewell.
Nice. So far, so good. You're definitely gonna need some extra help here,
Anything is?
That's good for now.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
My faith strengthens me. Break their morale.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Brace yourself, Abelard.
Blast the commander here. I mean, odds are pretty good. Oh, that's unfortunate. What else we got here? Let's
I
hit with
will
one of
not be
those.
deterred.
Follow my lead. Stay vigilant.
Follow my lead.
Weapon at the ready.
Keep your head down, Abelard.
I've suffered worse.
Just want to make sure I don't hit Abelard by mistake here. Which it looks like I probably will. Use that anyways. Just pick off this. You can take out the
Faith
medic.
without deed.
Alright, no more healing for you guys. That's probably enough for now. Let us... Let's come here. go for a...
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust. At your beck and call.
Alright, get those defenses up.
My faith strengthens me. Break their morale. Follow my lead.
No can do. They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Okay. Step 1 there.
Will do.
Lightning striking.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Let
Anything
you have
else?
a little bit more defense again.
Will do.
Take some more damage there. That's all we've got.
Must not falter. Why did I not foresee this?
Follow my lead.
Can I fall back now?
Stay vigilant.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Alright.
Rejoice in service.
Take off a whole bunch of those and try and snipe. Missed again. Oh, wait, gracious. What are you doing, bud?
Weapon at the ready. My faith strengthens me.
Weather the storm.
Alright. No, let's just start shooting.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
Less enemies means less people to shoot back.
High momentum.
Woohoo, what do we have? Ooh, that's a good one.
I've seen
So
worse
we're up there
battles
for
than
now.
this in my time.
And then can we charge him? We can.
It will be done.
And then
We'll
let's use
rule
some
the
momentum
stars
here.
themselves.
He's down.
A tactically sound approach.
Here. And just
Indeed.
keep swinging.
One fewer target. Follow my lead. It will be done.
Wonderful.
On it. Be gone.
Okay. And honestly, let's give you some foresight here.
Faith shields me.
Whoop. That's not very good.
Break their morale.
26% chance to hit. But it's better than 0. Is this better? 38?
The Emperor, come up! Your corrupt
hey,
way
we got him.
has failed you.
Nice.
Follow my lead.
Better crippled in body than corrupt in mind.
My place is at the fore.
Keep Abelard alive here. And just slowly try to move him up.
Cover me. Not this squire's job.
Give him some warning. And let's see if we can take the shot.
This is beyond me.
Not at the moment, eh? Then it's time to get closer. Sight.
I can't allow myself to do this.
Moving out.
I've suffered worse.
This is unacceptable.
Really? You can't see them from there? How about now?
I refuse.
Still no? They can see us, so... Abelard, get down there. Maybe you'll stand a chance if you get nice and
Victory
close.
is imminent.
Since you don't even have a ranged weapon. We gotta do something with you.
There is movement in the Imperium. Anything
But
else?
that isn't.
Farewell.
Momentum.
We've done it. Alright, what do we got? A lad's pistol. We get a lad's gun. That could be good. Scrappy auto pistol. Pistol, hey? I feel like I should probably take one of these in exchange for one of these. Right? Like, that makes sense to me. And most of our characters have a sword of some sort. Inventory. But I want Abelard's inventory. And we will hit you up with a las pistol. There we go. Then a las gun. Better with a las pistol than you are with... Actually, can I just give you a second pistol? There, now you can dual wield. Lucky you. Mesh or flak? Mesh looks better. A little bit more, but I would take a little bit more flak. Honestly, I think that's probably the best we can do at the moment. Guess I wanted a new staff. So far, so good. Guess, to cargo. What, those to cargo. What about the hands? Here. Put that on. What's this one again? This one I think was brains, right? How's your intelligence? You would get more toughness. What about Abelard? How's your intelligence? You would also get more toughness. I mean, toughness is kind of your thing, so let's slap that on you.
The divine
May we
watches
join me
over
in
us.
prayer.
Ooh, goods. What have we got? Training of worthy servants. Oh well, let's take it. Never know when something's actually going to be valuable, right? What do we have here? A data crypt.
I rise above hardships.
Statue of the famous Calaxian scholar. I didn't catch the rest of that, unfortunately. To cargo, to cargo.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Time to just loot some corpses here. Sure, somebody's got something worthwhile, right? And if not, then we at least have something to work with. They were defending this door, so there's probably something good in here.
Stay faithful and you will be rewarded.
Don't stand on it.
Cleanses the body.
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Let the people grieve. Lady Theodora was with us so long that we started to believe she was immortal.
That seems foolish, doesn't it?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
That man didn't make it, unfortunately. A Mars pattern sword. Ho ho! Oh, I'm excited for that. Noble silk gloves. Mars pattern swords. I would like to equip that. And I am going to... This is the regular one. Choose item. Nice. We got an upgrade. We got an upgrade. All right. Slow and steady always wins the race, right? But we are getting somewhere now.
Know your duty.
Ooh. Tech use, tech use.
accomplished.
Let's just open the door.
We should deal with this.
Go disarm that.
Never doubt me.
Nice. Good job. Did you hear the screams? Move. Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. Now I see. You are in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir. I know. You are all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? Alright, well, he's dead now.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Oh, free stuff. More data crypts, eh? Restrictions, okay. Servants here. What's this? Dark enemies twisted influences made it into the system, eh?
The Divine watches over us. I have proven myself yet again. The duty prevails.
Let's take it all. Got him. Who would have thought that a thief would be a good rogue trader? Ooh, what have you got? A long las. That does do better than my sniper rifle. Carapace chest plate. Oh, that's just better than what I've got. Perfect. Let's make sure that we're mostly going to live. This one, right? Yeah. Swap that out. Carapace armor. Swap that out as well. Put that in the cargo. Put that in the cargo. Do we have anyone persuasive? 40 in persuasion. Persuasion or perception? Persuasion. I guess. No, you already had some. Heretics, you can have those. Then, when you're going friggin' crazy, people will.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Come on, Cogitator. The Cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Let's awaken the Cogitator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The Cogitator's insides emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the Cogitator system. Let's examine the log. Let's view the most recent Vox report. The Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The Tech Priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back, the officer's speech is interrupted by shouting and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior Stations Officers, this is the Captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure if it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor, you hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. Let's take a look at the incident log. Report X880 originator. Classified. Date classified. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have their remains reprocessed. Report X886 originator. Classified. Date classified. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Report X891 originator. Classified. Date classified. Data expunged. Let's take a look at the docking log. The log is almost completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed. Regent Eronto Orselio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Security and life support. The yellow lights above the control panel flicker to life, and a singular repeating message streams down the vid screen. Warning. Damage in technical compartments A12, B3, D8, and H24 detected. Warning. Living quarters L10, L16, L28 depressurized. Warning. Unable to access the station's docking system. Warning. Energy regulation system unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning. Let's take a look at the encrypted data here. Something buzzes in the Cogitator's metallic gut. Several LED lumens light up above the vid screen. Required access level, security, captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. This is why we're a tech boy. Break through the machine's guardian's defenses, 55%. We have 58, so we have a 100%. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processors were unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the Purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands have been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness. Now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete. Picked flow, disable access code, annual station controls, delete activation shuttle, self-destruct, purge command, log. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, "Only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems. But Keeper Theobald has not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that... ... Alright, let's take a look at the rest we've got here. Request data on the station's navigators. Felic, location main hall. Theobald, location upper chambers, still alive. Calomira Oslelio, upper chambers dead. Alexius Orslandio deceased. Estevan Orslelio, unknown location, deceased. Child, location upper chambers, biometric parameters. Rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress levels exceeds the permissible limit, unknown error. Attention, calming procedures advised. Upper chambers inaccessible. The control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact a station keeper or the Navis Laboratorium custodian. Okay. Call Rykad Minoris for help. System cannot carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitator's mechanisms. Switch to the main chamber controls. The cogs within the security mechanism slowly start turning with heavy grinding and clacking. The tired machine spirits grant you access to the station control, or at least its parts that still obey the cogitator. Open all doors on the level. The cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirits had fled their mechanical casket. But your assumption is incorrect, as it fills with static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning, data corrupted, processing, error. 010001 is required. Okay. Times like these, when being able to read binary would be a bonus. Let's see. If we can line up any of these digits with a phrase, we might be able to determine the correct answer here. So we know that none of these start with 010, right? None of our responses. So let's look at 0110. So this one has 0110, 0110. That one doesn't. That doesn't. 0110. 110. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. 4 and 5 are out. So then we would need another one after that. So 6 fits that bill. 2 fits that bill. But what we really need... Now this one is going to be tricky. You know what? Maybe we should work from the back. Does anything work backwards? I don't see anything that fits perfectly. At least nothing that jumps out immediately here. Time to guess randomly, and I feel like number 5 is the one we want. Cogitator takes a few moments to gather the data from the system's active system. According to the report, this door has already been opened. Let's try number 1. Same thing. Number 2. 3. Push a few buttons on the control panel, but the system rebels and keeps resetting your commands. According to the data, the compartment you are trying to open is depressurized. This one? The cogitator takes a few moments to gather the data from the station's active systems and produces the following message. The protocol has been executed. The passage has been opened. Alright, can we open this one? Perfect. We got the one we were looking for. And then, just in case we need that one as well, main elevator controls. A few manipulations with the switches make you realize the elevator to the upper chambers is blocked, but let's activate it. Processing query confirmed. And now we can step away from the cogitator. You thank the machine spirits and reset the operating protocol.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Alright. We are getting there. Oh, somebody else dead over here. Ooh. Warp Seer's goggles.
The Emperor protects.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
There, you can have some extra warp lore.
Yes, the...
My faith is my shield.
Some warp around, which is why the screen's gone all frosty. Examine with Medicaid.
I rise above hardships.
No, they killed. Most of them killed themselves. Hey.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Unfortunate for them. Books.
The Emperor gave me a vision.
Is that an important good? Ho ho ho. What have we here? A Ripper auto pistol. What is this? Meteorite chunk. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but... What is this? Mutated flesh. Well, I'm sure that's not going to be a problem at all. Pick up things first. Data crypts. Caustic sensitive reagent sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
What do we have this time? Flesh. Man, they have a lot of flesh in this lab, hey? What's this? Psi-crystal.
Accomplished.
Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch to the side opposite the entrance. Just a bunch of stims, biogel, black water, and an unidentified acid. Loot. Books. Transducer. Remake
The divine watches over us.
Adamantine. Lady Cassia's Medicaid. Lost their mind, don't kill you. Data crypt connector. Tissue flask. Regular flesh sample. Reagent flask. Don't have one. Catalyst flask. Acid, biogel, or black water. Let's try black water. Transducer. Meteorite, psi crystal, adamantine could be good.
I need to look closer.
What do we have here? Adamantine dust. So I probably had the wrong one then. Psi crystal? That's also not crystal dust. Alright, well there's only one thing left, and that's the meteorite. Dust.
Know your duty.
Remake the control rod. 10 minutes later, we're good. What do we have here? Child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Lowborn males. Majority perished of blood loss within a day due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions, such as tears. Individuals with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death caused by strangulation with your own intestines. Okay, what else we got here? Lowborn female. Died within an hour. Most had their tongues bitten off or jaws badly dislocated. Lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of the skull. Cause of death, severe head injuries caused by impacting the walls or floor. Paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak due to the shock caused by a manufactorum incident was male. Test subject noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. During Regent Eronto Orselio's visit to the child, the test subject smiled and started humming, most likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address the servant who brought him food. Lengthy conversation was prohibitive due to the servant's lack of tongue. Subgroup, defective offspring of Lord P. Orselio. Pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation, owing to the mutation of tissues required for installation of the obligatory augmentations that merge one's consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of the mind and is female. Test subject mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news about the untimely demise of Amos Cantarelli, an officer of her personal guard. As a result, one of the test subjects peeled away several layers of tissue from her face and died from the resulting massive heart attack. The last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Catalyst. Flask. Missing something here?
Stay faithful, and you will be rewarded.
Aha. Oh. I was hoping. Missing some flasks. Because this looks like a little puzzle, but we haven't gone anywhere yet, so... Transducer... Okay. Adamantine meteorite crystal. Try crystal? Activate the device.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
I'm sure that there were some answers there, and I probably shouldn't have just blown it all up, but what can you do? I guess I probably could have just read the instructions a little bit better, hey?
Unexpected result.
Over.
The forces and hands are fused with weapon. Control rod. We don't currently have everything we need. Isn't that the room we were just in?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
I thought we repaired the control rod. Isn't this the control rod? Yeah, it's right there. I have one. Context mat. Do I drop it? The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy, they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Who is who? Do you see behind the masks? My whisperers are giggling nastily. They will not speak. The naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Tell me more, what paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Thank you, everything is clear now. Adira nods tiredly and glances at Felek out of the corner of her eye. This station has enough problems without your sorcerer psyker. Felek waves Adira off and looks at you expectantly. Let's keep the key. Care to explain yourself, scion of the von Valancius dynasty? What is the meaning of this? The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half of my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress, who is the child mentioned in the documents and the reports found on the station. You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia, for the commoners' dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be the most useful when they are still able to speak. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you are aware, there were 2 keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orsuelio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen Ariak V and our noble line. I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station systems, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or... Felix's stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who is going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God, Emperor. You will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. Enough. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, Felix or Celio. It really is time to end this. Felix squares his shoulders and gestures to his guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die.
Grovel before the faithful. Purge them!
Most of our characters are going to be right there. Let's start here. I guess I could move you here. Give you a chance. Switch weapons here. Now we can use our new sword that we just found, so that'll be good. It is, unfortunately.
Rejoice in service!
Where to use this? Might deal damage to my own men here.
Doubt is for the weak.
Follow my lead.
Well, we managed to take him out.
Onward!
Oh wow. We all managed to dodge that without getting hit? That's awesome.
Was that you? Or...
Follow my lead!
I managed to dodge a lot of those, though. Oh, we dodged so many of them.
just a minor setback, vigilant.
Stop mocking me.
At your beck and call. I will do. I took care of this one.
Nice. One down. Or I guess one more down. It would have been nice if I could have shot that guy too.
And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words.
If I just start popping shots over at this guy, no, we're not really gonna get anywhere on that. Alright.
As the Emperor commands, you, my Emperor!
You know what? If we run and gun this, I think we can shoot him again. Or not. Or perhaps we should get into some better cover here. If I can. Which I cannot.
I've suffered worse.
Follow my lead.
Excellent. I dodged into cover.
I know what is to come.
Let's get behind cover first. So we shout at somebody.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate. Will do.
We'll give Ignatius the best chance we can here.
But of course.
Moving out.
Weapon at the ready.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Onward.
How do you feel about shooting this guy, Abelard?
Indeed.
Yeah. Not so good. Understood. Ignatius, you were kind of designed to be a sniper in the first place, so who can you snipe? This guy? Nice, just obliterate the man. That's what you get for using hotshot rounds in close quarters. It's just what you deserve.
And so it shall be done.
Guided by faith!
Run over there and then just open fire. Well, we got a couple of shots off. That worked out. lightning strike.
Be gone.
Oh. Hit a friendly on that one. That's a mistake.
On it.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
One fewer target.
He is dead. That'll do for now, Abelard.
The Emperor, let this be the warning to all who oppose us. We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
A shotgun. Oh, that could be good. Two-handed, though. Oh, flak, eh? Nice, new key. So, his body. You need more strength for that revolver, hey? And the staff of House Orsuelio. Lasgun. Tactical goggles. Nice. Everyone loves
With
tactical
each step,
goggles.
I forge my destiny among the stars.
And up we go. Cassie. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continuously streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow. As if my own pals went bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. Let's see here. Persuasion. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please calm yourself. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Ignatius von Valencius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Unease settles over her feature, and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Ignatius. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Theobald. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from him. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, the Navigator leads up and rushes to the young woman's side. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath, house, or Celio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one is so deranged as making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Abelard places a hand on his weapon. Persuasion or commerce? At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urek 5. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix service. So who are you? Ignatius von Valencius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orcelio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in the room? Curse. You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Thysophone, for she is the heir of House Orcelio. And they call me dangerous for my witchcraft, Adira mutters under her breath. What happened between you and Felix? Felix is my wayward student. He came to Urek 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties or the legacy of the greatest of our novitators? Novators. Tisophony Marcelio led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the Novator's throne. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the Navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orselio in the Corona's expense. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a Navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing, with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Cassia shall come with me. Good, that is good. The old man nervously licks his lips. But do allow us to say our proper farewells. Theobald coughs up more bluish blood. It stains the armor plate of
my
his chest.
mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is...
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corona's expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No! Not you too! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! You're coming with me! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat, and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before. What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I, Ignatius von Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, Your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Yurak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Nice, 2 in 1. We managed to
The Divine watches over us.
Sir, we've got a navigator and some extra people. Let's do a quick little look to see if there's any goods like these. Haha. Take it aboard.
For the Emperor! Blessed is Von Valencia's blood.
I guide humanity between the stars.
Nice. Level up, hey? What is your highest stat? Fellowship is up at 40. Willpower is up at 55. But Adira also has 60 there, so... Fellowship is going to be your big stat. You're welcome. Navigators. Every even turn, the Navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn, they gain plus 20 perception. Well, there's a lot of really good ones here. There's a lot of really, really good talents here. Okay, so strange vitality is good. Heal 5 wounds at the beginning of every turn and gain +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. I mean, healing is good. So let's just choose that for now.
Know your duty.
Does something...
When
the Emperor protects.
To the void check. This is just everything else, eh? Yeah. Okay. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Your heart starts beating furiously. Your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Foxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale, and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet, who've served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Imperium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me like a cloak of amber. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders. I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I shall ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered to the sanctum. Cassia nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uv. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No. Of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of her cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Leave the Lady Navigator undisturbed. Soul-shedding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats raw from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It seems the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onwards. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a Navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Iraq 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Reichad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Gather any components that may be of use on the ship. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engine Seer Prime. Both the vessel and his machine spirit are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kallax, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Iraq 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. Thank you, Victus. This will be all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Alright. Now, we have gone quite a bit over time here. So we should probably stop that. Alright, well thank you everyone so much for watching. That is all the time we have for today, probably more than that. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.